Alright, so I was able to purchase a set of weight plates used online for $310, and it came with a bar, which I understand. Super great deal. They aren't in the best of shape, so I'm trying to fix them up so they look a little nicer. So some plates did look worse than others. I have had some soaking for a while. Actually, I have some finished. You can see right here quite a bit of orange here. One of the 45 is actually a little worse, but harder to hold up for any length of time. You can see along the corners some chips. I would rather them look a little nicer, last a little longer, never have to worry about like cutting myself on rust and then having to go get a tetanus shot. So fixing them up, real easy, 3 easy steps. First, you have to have supplies. With supplies for the finish, Rust-Oleum, black spray paint, prevent any further rust from happening. You're gonna need some sandpaper to pour the finish. Some kind of container to hold the plates in the vinegar. Vinegar is going to wear away that rust pretty simple and quick. Along with a scrub brush and then some kind of steel wool SOS pad. So with that, I've had these plates that are in here sitting for a little over 2 days now. They say anywhere between 1 to 3 should be enough. So step 1, filling the container, letting them sit. You do nothing, you just let it sit. Now you can see how gross this water or the vinegar looks because of the rust that's just kind of fallen off and flaked from these. So, pull out, let it drip a little bit. Now, it's not going to show up well, but you can see a little bit of orange right through here, kind of along the edges. See what the back of this one looks like. Back doesn't look too bad, a little bit of orange in a couple spots. So what you're going to do, just place it down. You can do it outside, that's great. I'm doing this in the winter just outside Chicago, so it's too cold. Vinegar freezes. I read at 28 degrees. I figured frozen vinegar isn't going to do much for the weight, so use my basement instead. But you're just going to go over pretty much everywhere with just the wire brush. If you let it sit long enough, I've heard a toothbrush is actually fine, but I really want to get in there, because again, some of these plates are pretty rough. As you're hitting all the spots, again, you're just kind of loosening up some of that paint, but mostly you're trying to break up that rust. And again, it's a used weight plate, so you're not even worried about scratching it because there's already some dents and beats to it. But it does the same job as any brand new plate for way less the price. So, if you're looking for a budget set of weight plates, look on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. Get them cheaper, fix them yourself. I prefer metal over the rubber plates. Or the rubber coated plates, because eventually that rubber starts to crack and split off, and then you're losing quite a bit of weight from your set. Whereas as long as you keep these rust free, the weight should stay pretty much the same. So as you work your way around, just kind of hitting all the corners. Stand them up. Make sure you get that side and those corners on the lip here. After you've gone over the entire plate, you're going to want to just rinse it off. You can use water for that. I recommend putting in a container with a lid if you are doing this inside or even outside, if anything's getting in there. Also kind of contains the smell. I will say when I'm down here working, when I was setting it up and everything, the basement did start to smell quite a bit like vinegar. As soon as the lid was on, that smell started to dissipate. Make sure you get inside the hole. This will rinse off. And as I go, you can see the little bits of orange that are still left. Hit those spots a little bit more. And then once you get down to those little spots, use that steel wool. Try to hit what you can. So we're looking pretty good right now. Obviously there's still some paint, but that's not a big deal. We're just going to paint over it. The silver letters are just going to get covered up in black. If I get ambitious at a later point, maybe I'll repaint those white or silver again. Probably not. It's just for my own personal use, these plates. So I don't care if they don't look perfect. So you're going to put this down, let it dry. Soaking's done. Most of the scrubbing is done. So after it dries off, it's going to look kind of like this. Still kind of that dark brown, but none of the big rust spots are there anymore. And when you get to this point, you're almost ready to paint. I grab a little bit of that sandpaper, and you're just hitting those spots. Light scrub. And then you'll kind of see the brown will start to slowly fade. And then once you get most of that gone, is when you're ready for the spray paint. Now again, as long as you're using a Rust-Oleum or some kind of anti-rust spray paint, a little bit of this shouldn't affect it too much. So you can actually spray over this. I try to get it pretty good. But again, from all the big flakes and the massive amount of rust, you get it down to this. Cardboard, some kind of sheet, unless you have a section of your outside that you don't care about. Take it out there, you give it a spray paint, flip it over, spray the other side. This will be your finished product. I'm not great with spray paint. I usually leave it so it's either speckled or I have streaks, so I'm not great on that, but it looks much better than the original plate. So, save yourself some money, get a used set of plates, fix them up yourself. You'll get the accomplishment of fixing them, as well as having, plates you took care of. You'll have more reason to take care of them. Again, save money so you can invest in other things for your own home gym. Again, I hope this helped. If you consider subscribing to the channel, hit that like button, it'd be appreciated. Have a good one.